Hey, welcome to your Pisces horoscopes for the week of December 3rd through the 9th. It's official, our first full week of December. We move into the shadow period of the final Mercury retrograde of the year on Wednesday, 7 days before the retrograde starts the following Wednesday on the 13th. Annoying, yes. Nothing we can do about it, right? I mean, I have talked to Mercury and said, look, these retrogrades are a bit much for me and my friends. Can we not do it anymore? And Mercury said, yeah, right. So, I mean, obviously not going to happen. Let's take a look at what's going on here in Pisces, because we have a couple of different things here. And actually, it's a lot better than it has been. First of all, Neptune goes direct about midweek. So it's been retrograde for a while. We're moving back to this direct motion here. And while Neptune does move into a square with first the Sun and then Mars, which are both focused on long-term goals, the big thing here is this is less challenging than I mean, it is a challenge, but it's a manageable challenge. Neptune is all about intuition and focuses on self. So basically, we're looking at whether or not our intuition is helping us achieve our goals or whether or not it's getting in the way of achieving our goals. Well, intuition rarely ever gets in the way. Okay. The issue is we're so focused on our goals and we're so focused on micromanaging how it's going to play out and that it happens in our time and all of these different things that we're not allowing our inner guidance to come through and put its 2 cents in. And that 2 cents is often very valuable information. So this is not, doesn't have to be this huge challenge is what I'm saying. And it's the only challenge that Pisces is facing right now, because everything else, the planets are lining up in helpful ways and not challenging ways, which is also yay, because it has been a challenge having these two planets in your sign most of the year. They have moved into a lot of challenges with other planets. Neptune continues to be in a sextile with Uranus. The grand sextile is over. It is still also in a sextile with Pluto. What makes it a grand sextile is a trine between Pluto and Uranus that doesn't exist anymore. So we are still mostly there, but not quite 100%, if that makes sense. Neptune's sextile with Uranus, as well as with Pluto. Pluto's focus is on those that support you, while Uranus's focus is on the past. I feel like this support in terms of your intuitive development is very important. Everybody needs confirmation, especially if you are learning how to develop those intuitive abilities. Confirmation is really important for everybody. I always tell my students when I do mediumship or psychic or empath classes that you got to practice, and you always have to daily practice all the time. The minute you stop doing readings, the minute you stop connecting with people, you start to go into this place where you don't think you can do it anymore. After 15 years of doing this almost professionally, almost 15 years, I still get that way. To this day, I go, man, it's been so long, I probably can't even do a reading. And then I'll sit down with somebody and it's just like, boom, there it goes, right? Our minds are our worst enemies, like truly our worst enemies. As we get into Saturn, Saturn is focusing its responsibility on your inner closet, your inner trauma. And it's reminding you that this is your responsibility. If I had a dime for every time I heard somebody say, this person treated me badly when I was a child, and that's why I am how I am, I'd have so many dimes, okay? That is not a valid excuse. You make choices. We all make choices every single day. And there's the statute of limitations to what you can blame your parents for at this particular point. At some point, it comes down to choices that you're making. And that's where taking that responsibility is helpful to you, because it's allowing you to say, okay, I'm not letting these situations rule my decisions anymore, which means I'm making emotional decisions. And we're making emotional decisions towards what? To our career, towards our money. You know, those are two things that you should not be making emotional decisions about. These are really important things in your life. Without your career, you're not making money. Without money, you're not living a very good life, unfortunately. There's a lot of people that say they hate money because of all the problems it causes. And you can hate it, that's fine, but it's not going to do you any good. I think the point here is that we do need money in order to live comfortably. It's the one thing that we're constantly running for, or trying to get more of, so that we can up that level of comfort in some way, shape, or form. So by taking responsibility for all that stuff in the past, it is helping you to expand on your career, to expand on the money that you're making, to be able to achieve that comfortable life that you're looking for. So lots of really good stuff going on this week for you guys. I feel the moon does play a part in that money thing a little bit right at the end of the week, as it moves into conjunction with Venus also. And the moon, as an emotional planet, also is all about security and maintaining financial security, which is also really important as well. So lots of really good energy going in those very important places in your life this week. Does this mean that Mercury moving into that shadow period is just you're going to be trucking along and then knock you right off of there? It's possible. But I don't think that issue is going to stop you from continuing to move forward either. Only if you choose to allow that to happen. That's the only time that it is going to happen. It's really up to you to continue the path forward. And that's where our emotions slip up, and that they start to get in the way. Being a water sign like Pisces, I think emotions get in the way a little bit more often than they would, say, an intellectual sign or even an earth sign. But it doesn't mean that it has to be the beginning and end of everything either. And that's really what you want to look at here this week. You can achieve and do anything you set your mind to, as long as your mindset is focused on that success. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation to my coffee link, which is below the video in the description. I really appreciate the support. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. I just love you to pieces. I really do. I'm Melissa Bruce, a heavy metal psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys are on it. You guys are on it. Keep up the good work. I will see you guys next week. Make it a great week, you guys.